We'll have a new patch before New Year. I think there will be a new patch. I mean, there should be one new patch before New Year. But the thing is, historically speaking, in December, we're not getting any new, any big patches because the devs are taking a break. When does this battle pass end? When does this episode end?
Heavily on, we're looking for this defensive aggression again with a double flash, including the KO. I'm expecting.
Okay, so first map is X10 versus Gambit. This is Fracture. We have Jet on Patty, and on Defo we have Raze. So massive difference in the duelist. More damage for Defo, but less ability to jump on site and be certain about yourself, especially with Breach. Like the difference of having a smoke for Jet when you have a Breach is so big because you can hide from any flash, right, in your own smoke. Hello, Betrayed. What do you think of the new Snowfall buddy? New Snowfall buddy. Bundle. Is this a new bundle? Wait, what? Where? There's a leak or what? I don't see any leaks. Hello? Why am I being trolled, my friends? It was 5 days ago? Oh, really? Then I'm guessing it's so uninspiring that no one gave a fuck. Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. Well, no, thank you. Not buying. I don't really don't like those. Like the only one that I liked from the texture skins is the Galaxy one. So yeah. No thank you. No thank you for this one. So yeah, the difference between having a Raze and Jet here is very big. Unless you play Astra. And Gambit is not playing Astra. They actually prefer Brimstone. Like, this is another very big difference. And I feel like, you know, Brimstone is okay. Has a more powerful ultimate than Astra. Like 100% there's a better ultimate on Brimstone than on Astra. Specifically also... Fuck, went like super black. What?
A little bit fruitier.
Specifically like on locations like tower, like you can just kill someone in tower with the Brimstone ultimate. It can clear the entire A site, both up and down. Like there's a lot of power to the ultimate from Brimstone, but this is like a big difference when it comes to early game control. And what I've seen from Fnatic on Fracture, Astra Breach and Raze combo is like just too big to ignore, you know? So yes, I think that's a big problem. Hello, Goblin. And the smokes are also very small, right? But there's a difference in executions. Brimstone's the only character that can drop the smokes in one situation, in one split second, which Astra cannot do, or any other character can do. So it allows you to be more explosive. Let's see, we have to pay attention to how Gambit is doing executions on attack, because if they do use the Brimstone ability to drop the smokes at the same time and do a super fast execute, then we're gonna definitely see that this is a choice, a specific choice for them. But we'll see. Otherwise, I really like what I see from X10. There's a Breach. There's a Astra, there's a Jet, like I already like that. Then there's the kills with control, and we have a KO instead of Viper, essentially, right? So there's like both teams actually playing a Viper. This is very interesting. When you think about it, this is actually a huge difference in both attack and defense because of the ability to just kind of like re-attack, recuperate, and go again to the same side because you already like set up a wall and stuff like that. So this game is actually super open. Like so many differences, different smokers, different sentinels, different duelists, different initiators. There's no initiator for Gambit. There's actually just Sage. And I really dislike Sage. Honestly, Gambit's lineup here feels very uninspiring and underpowered, to be honest. Like the Sage is just so awkward. Sorry, I had to mute my mic. Sage is just so awkward to use. Like the best things you can do on defense is just wall off arcade or wall off A main. Right? Sorry, not here. Like here in this spot when you go outside of like doors and you just wall this up. But you need like early presence anyway to do that. So I don't know. We'll see. But I really dislike the fact that they use Sage. Like this is the biggest problem for me. Not even the Brimstone, but the Sage. The Sage is slowing down the ult economy a lot, and it's very reactive.
And if I hadn't seen their victory over Envy...
Very aggressive starts by X10, and it seems like Gambit actually knows about it. Look. Gambit is playing 4 people on long B, and just one controlling... sorry, 3 people on long B, 1 controlling A main, and 1 going arcade. That's Chronicle. There's also a trap set up by Nats. Okay, and for X10, we have 2 players attacking long B very fast. It seems like a setup for the flash with the breach through this box, like first tempo. But this is actually being countered by Redgar. He buys full util, by the way. Not a single person. Look at X10. Look at X10. Ghost, 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 Sheriff. And look at the different approach. Gambit. Classic, classic, classic. Full util, 2 satchels. And a wall. Like for Sages is actually just terrible choice, because when you play Sage, when you play Sova on attack, you need the walls. On defense, and you need the drone. And on defense, Sova is the only one that is like kind of semi-flexible. Sages have never a choice. They need always to buy a wall. Do you think Sages there because of the 4 orbs? Nah, I don't think that matters at all.
And if I hadn't seen their
and there's a flash in this spot. Typically, most players will just flash somewhere here, but we see Redgar flash very deep to make certain that you have a wider angle to flash the person on the left here.
victory over...
Okay, both are flashed. They go back. They use the fault line, so it stopped the initial push. Defo uses paint shells to just make sure that they're not being pushed. And they still go in. They still go in. Morning, Vineyard.
We dive into this. Let's not waste any time, as we do have Gambit starting things out on the attacking side, and actually it's
Nats gets a kill on A main just by lurking and just holding. Sorry, but just holding default. Wait, that was very awkward. That was very awkward by X10. Patty going in is like whatever, he still does the dash, but this fucked over Cruz. Cruz just went in because of Patty, and Patty said, fuck that, I'm off.
Could be nice. Let's have a look, see if that does find where they need. But now the smokes go in. So once again, more being presented in front of X10 to try and make this even trickier.
If you can just have one control and Fractal, who do you prefer between Astra and Viper? I think Astra. But the thing is, you can play both.
In the post plant, comfortable. Heal gets invested as well. Because now the two are trying to find the optimal timing. Maybe wait for that smoke.
Oof.
To fade, and here's that pixel shot.
Oof.
Lovely shot from Defo. It looks like the follow-up.
I wonder if they did this on purpose to have this gap here. I don't believe so. I really don't believe so. This is something that they planned. Like, that gap was I don't think they did this on purpose.
Again, no real surprise.
But yeah.
Again, a couple of early kills coming
Most
through,
teams play on Viper. So I don't have the stats in front of me, but I don't believe that's true.
Again, I'm looking for lots of variation here on the side of X10, and particularly.
How Fnatic lost yesterday? I don't know. I didn't do a VOD review yet. We're doing Gambit versus X10 first. I know there's a lot of fans of X10 in our community, especially after Fox's raid. So I also never saw X10 play on a high level before like this. So yeah.
As well, you can see that Fox actually on this replay.
Sage wall on the retake, entry in B in from it. Yeah, you should block the canteen. That's like a very standard wall from Sage for an attack, but it's you see there's not much value brought by Sage when you compare it to anything else. Like you could have so many more impactful things, you know.
To an extent, I don't want to talk about the Red Bull performances. I know we already talked about that, but on the side of X10 also excited to see what they can do to kind of lean on, I guess, the previous momentum, right? They're brimming right now.
And I'm actually quite glad that we've just kind of checked in even observer-wise on Nats and Chronicle, considering the games that they struggled in against Viking.
Team, what? How is Chronicle just being flanked like this?
Checked in even observer-wise on Nats and Chronicle, considering the games that they struggled in.
I mean, that's just that's just awkward. Maybe they'll reposition the trap. Chronicle's just being caught off guard because of the his bad positioning, going into the util, probably talking a lot during that moment, and the trap being very, very shallow.
Found. They had some really rough games in a 3-play stack trying to fight down against Shados, but he has support. Redgar's got his back, you can hear the Bulldog just growling behind. Yeah, they needed to help them, and they went and did that and pass. Okay, nothing interesting here. Damage in this, but they're already considering. You can see Defo just slipped across. Should be okay. Never crouch against the sheriff. That's when I start really paying attention, because you've chipped away a little bit more than they'd have wanted. 55 HP. Hello, Elise. How are you doing? Props, that's why Gambit picked Brim. Both teams had not that much time to play Fractures. I guess it's easier to scuff Astra smokes on and Brim. I don't know, man. But it's like... I really don't like the lineup from Gambit. And if I remember correctly... They played on... Let me check. Gambit. On Red Bull home ground, they played the same lineup, I think, if I remember correctly, and they didn't play it well. Wait. Fracture. Yeah, they played with Jet on Red Bull home ground. And those were not good matches. They lost 8-13 against London United and then barely won against Supermassive Blaze. Yeah, I really don't like this lineup, man. And I know this is the least played map, but still, their permaban is essentially Haven. So I don't know about this one.
Sure, again on damage control almost. Leaving Patty guessing. Just staring down, that's doing what he does best. Redgar will spot him out.
Hello, Kidoffer.
Third round, some key early ultimate progress there, but 2 shields will need purchasing again. So in terms of damage, again, extra kill would have been nice, but forcing a bit more of a purchase out from Gambit here in the boat. Leaning one way. A little bit of an adjustment, actually.
All right, so what do we have? Gambit on the bonus. 2 Spectres. They lost a lot, actually, during the round 2. Chronicle didn't buy the Sheriff. He just bought the armor. That's about it. He didn't use a single piece of utility, so he's minus 1k. Someone bought or dropped the Sheriff for him. Therefore, spends the most. Redgar is 5 out of 7. So this round, they just try to make the damage economically, right? And Redgar needs to get 1 orb. Like, that's the job for Redgar. And we have, whoa, super aggressive push on long B. All right, let's see how they do this, okay? Let's see how they do this, because this is like, this has to be choreographed. If you want to be effective at this, you really need to be choreographed. So let's see how they play.
Over towards A, you can see lots of.
I like the optimization next to the barrier, and Cruz in also the closest position to make his fault line, like, you know, actually impactful.
Look at this format.
So 2 stars from Astra here and here, and this is smart because most likely we're gonna see a fault line here, and then because of that, this star will probably do a pull. This star will probably do a stun, or the other way around. We'll see which one. Flash going in first tempo. Oh, they wait with the stun, so they do it deeper. Man, I would love to see a demo, because right now, like, the stun from Cruz needs to be shallower than deeper, because of the time that was spent moving from off the barrier. There's again the same flash from Redgar to counter that push. Are they prepared for that? Let's see. I don't think Patty turned. Patty didn't turn. That's kind of awkward because they already faced this in pistol round. Fox did turn, Cruz did turn. Astra doesn't have to. The paint shells. I don't know what was being used by Astra. Okay, so Astra used the gravity well on here. And Redgar's absolutely fucked.
So far, comfy. I like the aggression. Now the reply back will probably facilitate at least at bare minimum a plant. I feel here. Actually, no, the spike's going to struggle to cross.
Good transfer, by the way. Chronicle. Oh my god, dude.
Easy now. Oh, he's read it well. He's read it so well. Chronicle was already looking towards tower. And Foxy is no.
Why did he swap to a knife? I don't get it.
He's read it.
You know that Chronicle is somewhere in this area.
So well, Chronicle was already looking towards tower. And Foxy has no idea.
It doesn't really matter because he dies with a body shot anyway before he even reacting, right? But there's no reason to pull out the knife.
Oh, Chronicle might just do the unthinkable. And has he?
He's expecting it as well.
He's predicted this so well. The man is in just complete.
Interesting choice.
Full on.
Right.
Essential. I need to look back towards tower, back towards this way, and he gets the rifle as well.
I mean, this is like a you know, you have no idea where your opponent will be. There's like absolutely no chance. But actually, Chronicle had the first drop. He actually shot. He just missed.
Just.
Don't want to solo push in 2v1 situation. That had to be a mistake. I mean, overpeaking is a problem in so many pro teams as well, right? 2 versus 1, and they just peek into a guy with a sheriff. Like, very awkward. Very, very awkward.
And this kind of eagerness to find this first blood again kind of stop things before Gambit can get set up accordingly. Again, X10 win that round, but it cost them an awful lot. Patty already on the Blade Storm, though.
So I have X10 with Fox on long, prepared with Breach. Okay, A is being played only by 2 players. Killjoy is playing very deep on Dish.
That's huge in this round.
Yeah, it should help even things out. And
Patty just wanted to go for that double jump peek to check if there's someone in on spawn. Did he see actually Brimstone?
Blade Storm, though.
Because there is Brimstone in spawn. No, he didn't see him. Okay.
Even things out, and again, we saw this before. Almost worked out last time we saw that little jump up and over. Didn't
super over rotation. Look at X10. They over rotated instantly to A.
Towards Gambit, making the moves up.
And that's happening because look at Long.
Patty already on the Blade Storm.
He's using the dagger. No, he didn't use the dagger. Okay, so what happened is that the comps from Sushi where there's definitely a lot of people going Dish. So they just insta-rotated. That's a big gamble because they have no kind of vision on B. So this is this could have been a disaster.
Notify those around in that corner. There is a few here, but you're right. There's already 3 on the lead.
Patty has like a game sense of a god here. Like he chose the best possible moment to like go into this because the opponents are not ready for a peak.
He just gives it the drive-by. Great work from him for the good start, and the trade-up is
what
brilliant.
a round.
I was going to have that. I thought that was on the plate, but no. So
Interesting to see that Gambit chooses to play. What is the ult from Breach? That is so weird. I don't like this at all. I really don't like this. Chronicle wanted to maybe use the ultimate on site, but he was not even near. Like he doesn't do anything. Look, they use the ultimate on here, so site is completely not checked by anything. They didn't use nothing, right? And the smokes that they used are on ropes and on the link. And there's a third one. I don't know even where. On site here, I think? Or is that might be actually smoke from Paddy. Or he even didn't have a third smoke. I don't even know. But he's standing with the ultimate, not doing anything. And this attack has like little to none coordination. I don't like this. I really don't like this.
I thought that was on the plate, but no. So already a 5-play up against 3.
Been watching your VODs analysis for a couple of days and expanding my game sense. Thank you very much for what you do. Keep going. Best regards, and I'll make sure to never play Reyna again. Hey, Soulflame. I honestly think Cruz is the most impactful player on X10, by the way.
We'll find that one.
It doesn't matter how many kills he has. The kills that he has and the utility that he uses typically has the most impact on the entire team.
Potentially pinch through here. Sushi Boy is
Didn't Jet check B main by double up drafting, so they went A? I mean, yes, but they had no vision anyway. Like, they didn't see the player on spawn. They just updrafted to see this area, and he didn't see anything. But there still could be people here, you know. There still could be people there. Like, that's a big gamble. But they gambled, and Gambit just went into it, you know.
Again, this is the problem here. These sorts of rounds, I think if it goes to a brawl, a bit of a scrap on these site entrances, that's when X10 can cause some real problems. For
the biggest info was, look, the updraft is not really needed when Sushi Boys tell him, well, there's 3 people on dish. You know?
I'm gonna say it now. I can hear them behind me. Already, that round, they are pumped up. That is a really good look from them coming into this flawless Prime Gaming round. That's confident, knowing that, hey, yes, we can go to...
Now we have Gambit on 4 Sheriffs and a Spectre, and we still have the ultimate from Chronicle because it wasn't used the round before.
Taking down another heavy top-tier team. We can keep
early smoke to get control of the orb.
But they have humbled the money from Gambit. You're seeing
in combination with the fault line.
Otherwise, that's about it.
Hello, Sick and Broken. Yes, I will be doing Fnatic versus Crew as well. Probably not the entire match, because we might run out of time, but we'll see.
B at least, but
a little weird with it. But the problem is these sheriffs
gonna double walk in this.
They're getting
a
little weird with it. But the problem is these sheriffs are still so
dangerous. It's interesting to see that X10 are playing so aggressively on the map. Look at the beginning of the round. They just go 3 arcade.
Heavy top tier team. We can keep doing this time and time again. It's just
2 dish. Like, they just crunched against an eco. I don't know if I like this. I really don't know if I like against a full buy. That's fine. But against an eco, I'm not sure I like this, because you lose map control to exactly situations like this. Like,
that's a big box. They're going to walk away with the rifle, but do they predict the players already watching this fullback? Cruz is right there. You can see he's ready for this one, and now Cruz going to try and set this up. He wants to get it done. Lovely control. He is so poised for that.
See? That's what I'm talking about, Cruz. Like, he's just so calm in those situations.
The swing from tower puts him down to 2, and all the threats that Gambit were looking to try and find have been somewhat quelled, but not completely. Redgar still has that rifle.
Yeah, don't peek into that, man. Cruz and Paddy are one hit. Well, Cruz maybe not exactly with a classic, but against the Sheriff, definitely. Yeah. Never crouch against the Sheriff, though. Alright. But remember, this was an eco, and it wasn't that great, right? I feel like this is the problem with being very aggressive against eco buys. Now we have the same... This is the same type of execution like on pistol round from Gambit. And we have... This is like a repetition of the pistol round. Interesting.
Set up, greet and execute from Gambit. Ooh, I thought again we're gonna...
So smoke versus tempo. Wow, Patty just gets insanely aggressive. And they re-aggress even. But they hear the wall. What the hell? Oh. Well, I can definitely understand the idea, but they had 2 kills. Look, I always compliment teams when they know when to stop, right? When to get a bit more, when to pause, when to be a little bit more, like, you know, let's say organized, right? And I was certain that after this initial kill, like, this is a great opener, but Patty, he gets the kill, fucks off. Here, you go back. You don't do anything. You just go back. You don't do anything more. You just play safe. You already got a kill, and it draws out the res, right? When Gambit will be ready, they're gonna res. But it's okay. They want to kill the guy that is gonna get res. I understand that, okay? So they go in. Cruz gets a second kill. And this is the 100% moment when you don't push anymore. You just definitely go back in this moment. But they re-aggress. And because of that, Cruz dies. And because of that, Patty dies. A little bit more patience here. A little bit more discipline. And X10 has this round in the bank. They're playing so aggressively, man. Like, it's absolutely... But it goes still like 1 versus 2, you know?
Battle between these two. It's unrelenting aggression. Scary needs to be on point, though. Keep his composure as best he can. As Chronicle now is going to try and join Defo. 29 HP and a dream for Scary.
And this was such a good opener.
Really dirty angle to hold
it's
as well.
Filthy. It's absolutely filthy, and I love what he's up to. The wall goes down, and now the 1v2. He's going to try and find one. He gets it, but the second evades, and Chronicle brings life back to Gambit here.
Again, the choice to go for the gravity well there, I think he's potential, actually, if Chronicle stacks up there and they try and double swing. There's a world where he gets both of those.
I'm just not used to seeing Gambit in this kind of brawly style where they're having to meet them in this sort of aggressive manner. And I love the fact that X10 are pushing Gambit to this, making them play outside of their usual stylistic approach.
And actually, the second part to that is actually how willing X10 are to kind of double down. Like, they find an opener, and then there's 2 or 3 other points on the map where they're still pushing. On defense, by the way.
Okay, a big swap up from X10. They go for B setup with Killjoy this time. And A is completely like, look, they like expand the map control. Go deep dish, go deep A, and we have Cruz use the fault line when it's needed from this position on both. So he's trying to play in this position to be helping here and be helping here. Because he's most likely holding the mouse 1 right now ready, and he can just flick. Right? That's what he's doing, right? For sure. But Foxy already like took control of this, had some noise, and went back. Patty is standing in a corner that he's not being affected by the drop. There's a smoke pre-setup on drop. That was from Redgar. So they actually gave info that Redgar is on drop. Patty with an operator, so he repositions now. But they don't know what's happening in A main. This is like also risky. Look, right here, someone could be like creeping up. They have no clue about it. They make the gamble, you know.
Like, they're gonna fall away from this.
Couple of tools at Gambit's disposal. Well, showstopper, the orbital strike. See on the flip side. Ultimates for X10 to throw in this round if they choose to. Drifting back towards bench here. And again, actually the weaker side of the setup from X10.
For now, Gambit like gained no space. They're just holding it. And both, we have Nats and Chronicle play like just holding angle, right? Nats is like a little bit more drifty and tries to get some info by going underpass because he has bigger radius of hearing stuff. And the 3 players are just going back and forth. But this is like for For X10, there's a very big risk right now because this is completely open. And they're just risking that no one is going here. This is a big problem. Look, Paddy is completely open to this. But he's banking there's no one there. A little bit awkward, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not certain why is he... I'm not certain actually why is this happening, because... Look, Fox cannot control anything because of the door. But he could control drop. And Paddy just could control A. But they're not doing this. So essentially, they're watching this and this. But they're not watching this. This is very awkward. And they're just lucky that Gambit is not going here at all.
Giving them entry at least here.
30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Forced out by the lockdown.
It's one of the brilliant things, I guess, of having Brimmy Boy, but a lot of utility invested into this now.
But why not first? This is another thing that I don't understand.
Having
why?
Brimmy Boy, but a lot of utility invested into this now. They have to make the most of this one. You can already see that X10 are on the back foot slightly.
No, the Brimstone ultimate, it's like, yeah, I think it's too deep. Yeah, okay, let me say it again. I don't understand. Look at the Brimstone ultimate. It's so deep in here, right? It's so deep. I'll show you on the Valor plant because it's very awkward. Wait. No, Breach ult is defense. Breach ult is defense. Fracture. Brimstone orbital strike. It was used like this. Right? Right? Yeah. And this is really awkward. Because if you use it like this, like this area here is being checked by you anyway. But what can you achieve is that if someone is holding the angle close, right? You just reposition this to be like this. Look. Right like this, right? Kind of like this. I'm guessing, I don't play Brimstone, but I'm guessing there's a way of making the ultimate like affect this side of the ultimate to not hide, even though there's a little bit of space, right? And in this case, the person that would be holding like close here is pushed out in the open on the contact with the players when you have like a group of players, so they just kill him, right? And if the person is playing deep tower, then he's just dead. The way that this Brimstone ultimate is used allows exactly what is happening. Sushi Boys just gets 70, 80 damage and that's it, and he fucks off. And that's about it. He repositioned, but they didn't gain the space because also they cannot go into tower after that ultimate, straight after it. I really dislike here this like I don't know. It's this kind of initiation is very awkward.
Brimmy Boy, but a lot of utility invested into this now. They have to make the most of this one. You can already...
The breach ult is from defense, not from attack, so they couldn't do anything.
See that X10 are on the back foot slightly.
If they would have a breach ultimate, yes, that would be nice, but they don't have it.
We're down to 14 seconds. They need to make this land. 10 seconds now. Redgar on the drive-by does well, but Scary lives up to that name, causing problems. 6 seconds now. It's only Paddy alive, and I don't think he can really deny this. The spike goes down with 1 second to spare, and Gambit, that serene style, that diligent approach.
Difficult to set up.
Not a fan. Not a fan of the executes coming in. They just win on the duels that are later on happening. Like, the execute itself is very clunky.
High-tier team. However, we dive back in. We have to now look at the purchase on either side. Pretty solid. Still enough for X10 to get a really nice buy behind it. Patty maintaining that operator, so he gets to bring it into this round. And already a clear lean towards this B-site at the very beginning. Last time around, we did see that. But you wanted aggression towards Dish. We are already getting that too. I think Foxy has just gone walkabout. So
I wonder why pros are missing what you're analyzing. You're obviously right. Maybe coaching analyst career? Nah. It's just... You know, I'm not always right. That's definitely for sure. I do this also to learn. And there's a lot of mistakes happening by just mechanical mistakes on high pressure moments. So you don't min-max those because maybe that player's aware. He just misclicked or something.
Additional player. They've seen plenty of utility and Sushi Boys is trying to keep this together. There's the swing though. Two players tucked by the box. This could be
so therefore pushed in. Smokes. Let me check what I was pointing out about Brimstone. Let me check the coordination between Redgar and the smokes being applied, okay? Let's see the how big the difference between it is. Defo used at 118 the smokes. Let's see when is the ultimate being used.
Just gone walkabout, so they're already going to lean over that additional player. They've seen plenty of utility, and Sushi Boys is trying to keep this together. There's the swing though. Two players tucked by the box. This could be problems.
But I have high standards.
Unscathed, and the lean's coming in.
I have high standards on stuff like this. So I like min-maxing, so I'm not really happy with what I'm seeing from Gambit right now.
Straight away, so no threat to Gambit here. They're able to set up on site. Actually a nice
you see why, right? This is a very good example. Like you probably will say, you over-exaggerate. But look. The smokes are gone. And they only started planting. See this? Those smokes are the longest smokes in the game. And now they're fucking late. And those smokes are gone. And now 2 players die because of this. Sorry. I mean, yes. Yeah, one player dies. But there could have been a chance that they lose 2 players.
Box has got to be careful. He was a little unaware. All that utility and no intention behind it at the end. That tower swing was great from Nats.
Could also be that they're doing it a few seconds late for a reason. I don't think there's a reason when you just go like this. Because they telegraphed it. And then they smoke, and then the ultimate goes very late. Like it's just it's hesitance and lack of understanding of what you should do as a team. I think.
To exude a little bit of that dominance, but he's still putting on a show. The time. I mean, he switched up to the right.
And you know, this is by the difference by min-maxing. Okay. Okay.
Oh my God,
no way.
he could absolutely
oh. He almost got it, bro. What the hell, dude? Nats was nowhere to be seen.
But already you're seeing Gambit now starting to
Nats is like lurking dish, bro. He would never expect that shit. Holy fuck.
Again, you expect there the flash comes through main. There's going to be a swing from tower.
Yeah, be tower wherever.
Shake.
Really doing their due diligence because you need to
all
see
right,
that
X10 on an eco buy.
These little moments trying to exploit it to get around it. It could be something there. For now, though, we sit at 5-3, and Gambit's adjustment has been great, and they have finally got the money down.
See again on the base from you here, popped off the rip. A little quicker actually an approach from Gambit here towards A main. Foxy and Sushi Boys. Nats is in trouble here.
Yeah, Nats is in a world of trouble. He's got players
X10
left,
pushing. Who would have thought? That's they always like to do this shit. They like crunch arcade, crunch dish, 3-2. Like this is the play. Then on long B they do 2 or 4, and then it's either controlling by 1 or pushing by 3. Like they have a lot of those crunches, and they gamble a lot.
The first glimpse, it wasn't as clean as he would have wanted. Gonna have to fall away and respect that, but Defo still being pretty much the same pair of hands, really putting his foot down.
Is that right play from Nats? I mean, he was just pushed. He was just holding an angle. But you know, I have a very different approach than most people have. Like I do really think that against eco buys, especially on maps like Fracture, like you should just probably never split. Is getting 1 kill worth giving up the whole map? They do it on gun rounds too. It's just the style. Is it worth it? For now, it's like I think on this map in particular, you have to be more proactive. I feel like just X10 don't know when to stop. You know? They get first kill, they push. They get the second the second kill, they still push, and then they lose that advantage and they lose the round. But if they have that, let's say, discipline, if they build up on the discipline, then they will start winning more rounds. Because if they still have this aggressive mindset and like trying to get the space, trying to get those kills, but then they will know when to put the brake on, they will start winning more. 100%.
The orbital strike actually on the horizon. So yeah, 3 off the showstopper. So again, this one,
because they have the right ideas, but they just it's the matter of discipline and understanding when you can just pause the game.
I guess a proactivity on the defense, but I'm looking towards Foxy here again yeah. In terms of that, the cooldown and utility, making absolute use of it, because the only 2 fact finders
again
really
a 3-2 split. See, that's what I talked about. 3-2 crunch.
What the setup looks like.
It looks real quiet, so instantly you have to be looking to the other.
And Gambit just goes for free here, which is fine. You gamble that shit, but the problem is that's what I dislike. Look, when you do this and you crunch like this player should never go alone. Like, the Astra should never be alone now, because they know they gambled and they lost the gamble, right? Because there's no one here. Like, they're gonna know that in one moment. Killjoy goes back to A because of all of the util, right? So that's about it. But this player here, like, this guy should just stick with those 2 people and just make sure he doesn't die. They already lost the map control. They gambled, they lost it.
It looks real quiet, so instantly you have to be looking to the other side of the map. Both extremities, at least on the top side of the map, have now been pushed out on.
And Gambit is just in spawn, man.
Gambit now, I think, have kind of put it together themselves as they've sliced through the... What is this round going on? Defo going to lead the charge. Cruz...
Such an awkward round. But I think X10 has a really good idea how to do the first, second executes. And the plan is there. But they didn't have a contingency plan. We didn't meet anyone. Oh no, what do we do now? And then it's panic. You know? Like, you can definitely see it in Scary's situation. He actually got himself in a scary situation because he had no clue what to do after they didn't meet opposition.
Foxy trying to do some damage, but it's all effective trades for Gambit, leaving Sushi Boy's the last one alive. And a 1v3, Spike gonna go down, and he ain't that close by.
Gambit just walked through sand, up ropes, walled off spawn, and hit B.
Yes, they did.
And X10 are like, oh, well, we all push bridge, so, okay. A really, really weird round to watch on the minimap there. But a quick response, I think, on the back of Nats finding a little bit of contact in underpass. Sushi Boys again, we don't can find any damage here, but at this point with the round deficit doesn't make an awful lot of difference because... Yeah, sitting pretty comfortable. Chronicle will find it. Again, now we're starting to see Gambit get a little bit better in terms of, I guess, their understanding of X10 and where they're pushing. If they feel no contact somewhere, then they're probably going to have a window of opportunity to slip through in this all around here. I mean, you can see straight away the response here after that first blood from Nats.
Not bad at all. Gambit now stringing together 5 rounds on the trot. And a nice little mid-call maybe off the back of that, as you said.
Alright, let's see.
I like that. Just some nice
X10 only 1 Spectre, rest is rifles, and they do the crunch again. Look, they do the same thing.
From this, but I feel like Gambit really...
They went for the 3-2 with repositioning, but Gambit plays the typical style of theirs, which is very slow approach. But this time I like that that X10 is not splitting. Those 3 players are just standing there. But they're gambling on that north side of the map a lot. And now, no, Cruz, don't go back. Fuck. Okay.
I mean, there's a glaring hole in the defense here for X10. Gambit, unfortunately, on the back of being no.
I wonder if Gambit actually like watched some tapes from X10 from some matches, and they know that X10 likes to push the north side of the map. This is why they never go north map. I wonder.
Have drifted back this way, so Cruz.
What do you think about Cypher instead of Killjoy on this map? I think it's a good choice because you're not exposed to breach, but also playing Killjoy has a higher power potential. But I do think that for X10 playstyle, because they're so pushy and aggressive, Killjoy might actually be better. But
Himself in a pretty tricky spot.
Hard to
He's
say.
gotta go huge if he wants to stop this advance.
It's a lot of pressure on one
I
man.
really don't like the fact that that's literally what I said last round, right? When they do that 3-person push, then one player is kind of left alone with a lot of uncertainty. That was the Astra in the round before. That is Cruz in this round. And I feel like those players are just like right now on a fucking island, and they're just sentenced to die at some point.
He's got his back to the enemy, not a place to be. The footsteps are surely
See?
going to hurt. Patty might be able to get there in time. He's going to at least get one, but a quick trade out as Cruz does get to keep his life. Trying to
This is just this is just blind luck right here.
Is so happy to greet it with the adjustment on the third. Finding so much work for himself. Oh, the timing is nasty.
Lol,
1
1 HP.
You're lucky to be alive.
That dagger would have hit faster, would have countered the rocket.
Sushi boys will fall, and just 1 HP in the dream for Foxy. An awful left. Yeah, okay. Well, he needed to find that one. He didn't. It's 8-3. And again, coming into the last
Do you
round
expect
here,
SN versus TL to be a close game?
pretty tricky for
I think
X10.
so.
Didn't
We'll see.
actually keep note of any
But I will
ultimates
also
here.
expect Fnatic to win against Crew.
2 away,
And,
but
you know.
it's just, and again, you can see here the way.
Yeah, but, okay. Yeah, we have any X10 fans from Fox's stream from yesterday's on today's stream? Do we have anyone here?
Will be.
Yeah. They've found what works. They found that sore spot and they're just pressing on it time and time again. Defo up to a quick
Like, if we have anyone from the Fox's community, from the raid yesterday, right now on stream, it would be actually really nice to give them this, because I feel like there's a lot of simple stuff that you can fix, and suddenly X10 will become much better on this map. Like, much better on this map.
They found that sore spot.
Because they have the right idea, and now they go 3-2 crunch on south side of the map. You see this, right?
Time and time again.
But Defo is just going like, I mean, you can't do much about this. This is just like, whatever, bro.
It's brutality from Defo. Straight away in there, just rips the head off of Sushi Boys. Foxy's with a great flash. Oh my, Defo still.
What I
takes it
don't like
down.
though is that the hesitance, this hesitant on long B now. Look, when Defo is killing Sushi Boys, the 3 players on long B are very hesitant on what to do. And they split themselves like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like this hesitance. Now, when you play like this, you need to be super good. You cannot stop, right? At this point, you lose 2 players here. So either, if this is a call, okay, fuck it, we saved, and I understand. But if you do this 3-2 split like this, and you being crunched over here, because this is like an aggressive double satchel, that means there are players here. So those people from here, they have to be fucking aggressive, and they have everything. They have Cruz with 2 flashes, right? They have an Astra with stars that can like help as well. Like, it's kind of awkward.
Takes him down. Feels like Gambit can't put a foot wrong. There's Patty, Cruz, and Scary still trying to find any success for themselves, and Nats waiting, poised, calm, collected, and unnoticed.
Nats, the rats.
He knows what he's doing. He still gets one, and step by step, they just get worked away at.
I love that little attempt with the bait on that Sage Wall coming up, but Spike is planted. Rolling Thunder available for Crew.
You want to see any match live? Well, typically on the afternoon, I just put it on the screen and just do something else, you know? I actually used the ultimate for retake. That's like a desperation play because it's the last round.
Huge gap to close.
It really is, and it's going to be quite fast. Patty going to at least step towards it. Shados is there.
Okay, 9-3.
Now Gambit here, especially on a map like France, want to kind of.
For me,
I really feel like this game should have been much better for X10 if they only would have a little bit more restraint, you know? A little bit more restraint, but let's see how the aggressive X10 will play on attack here. And let's see what's the approach from Gambit. Gambit leaves Dish out of sight with the deep trap, so they know about someone pushing the camera on A setup as well. B, Oh, this is there's a B like open gap on arcade. Interesting.
Runs, but the Iron Giants of Gambit.
So Defo just goes in, double satchels, in front of the turret.
Might have just awoken,
and Sushi's like
but a good
just holding an angle. Oh, he's being pushed. Oh, he's being crunched.
On track. Shados just a little too quick on the trigger, and it's a 1-for-1 trade out.
Big gap towards B right now.
it's interesting because look at this. They know about the Killjoy was like anti-flanker, right? But now they destroyed also the trap, and they push B. Like, I like this presence here, but this player from Dish, after destroying the trap, should insta-rotate to his teammate. Because what he does is he knows that two players on A main, because they pushed Killjoy, right? So if he destroys this trap here, then he puts so much pressure on those players because they have to like guard A, but they have no clue what's going on, right? So you can just go back. Of course, there's a camera that he doesn't know about, but that would be the correct play. And he's doing it. And he's doing it. What is this, English? And he does it. Oh no, never mind. He stops. So it's a little bit awkward. I swear, it's so hard to read this. Oh, is no one playing Viper on this map? Just those two teams are not playing it. Yeah. Why? Why are you pushing one by... You have... And this is literally now the problem that we have seen from X10 on defense. Why? There's no reason for this. He has an aftershock. Well, he wants to go to this angle to play for the aftershock, but they have no control over it. So you can't play it. So it's better to hold the tower.
Yeah, Defo. Does he get hard cleared here?
I think the answer is quite resounding. It's a no. Defo gets away with it. Catches Cruz and now going to work them down to 3, trying to keep their backs towards themselves safe. Oh, Defo, I thought he had a no. This man has been just a safe pair of hands, and he's been succeeding in a lot of the fights. The Wall going to try and facilitate the cross. That was a little dicey, but it's fine, as Gambit are looking in fine form.
Yeah,
a little too thick to quit. Foxy is in trouble.
But again, this is the same issue that we have seen on defense from X10. Lack of patience. Lack of understanding map control a little bit, right? If, like, they have good ideas, but after, like, you see that they have the good initial thought, but they don't know what to do once it works or it doesn't work. Then they split in different directions and there's no plan after that.
Up against, there's a bulldog in the hands of Redgar, but...
Little armor difference.
I don't know, Defo. Like, they planted that this is a force, and even if it's not a force, then you jump against an eco and you can actually give a gun. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. This looks nice when it works, but when it doesn't, you look like a moron then, right?
A fair amount caught in unpredictable positions and spots they didn't want, and the pace, they have to keep this up. You're right, the flank will come into effect eventually, but let's see if they get that spike down uncontested.
I like the crew actually values map control over damage here. He just goes straight through that.
For now, it does seem as though that's going to be the case, and Foxy's on the case. Shados, Chronicle, Nat, all going to...
Oh.
Darkrest in that corner, outdone by 1, and now the 3v3.
Crew's going to have an opportunity to play inside the smoke and have a really good engagement here if anybody does take the rope, but it looks like Gambit going to force their way through on ground level. The wall, actually, Investor's going to cut off generator here. Batty has to deal with that quickly, this flank.
If he can get the timing right, if Sushi Boys can keep the attention. You know, he just slipped through. Shados still alive, but only for so long. The force by desperately trying to work out for them as it does convert with 3 standing. X10 give themselves a window of opportunity.
Okay.
They can double digits, but
Gambit now on the lower buy. Devil has a Spectre. 2 players on tower. So 2-3 split from Gambit.
It has to be step by step. It has to be.
And Fox is now dead. Look at the crunch.
Foxy is going to be the first to get truly tested, and that's not what you want. It has to commit. He
still gets 1, but he donates a gun, which is like okay because it's 4v4 4v4 for attackers here is fine, but it's like they gave a gun away for free. But he was fucked. Fox was like, uh-oh. Right? Like, there's no way he can escape. He's being crunched from both sides and he has no flank protection at all. Because Killjoy is playing with the rest of the team. This is very awkward. Like, why would you choose to have Fox alone when it could be the Killjoy player? Right? If the Killjoy player would be here, he would have a chance to cut off this angle by having a turret here set up, right? And then he can take the fight here, use a molly or something, and just take a convenient fight for himself. Right here, Fox doesn't have that option because he doesn't have the utility for that. Well, they take the A side for free, still an eco. He goes for the 2 nanoswarms, corner plant.
Patty gonna watch that drop down in case anyone gets a little ahead of themselves, but it's not the case.
Yeah, want to see good damage control on the side of X10.
Hold
on to these weapons. Red guard.
So they're just going for exit kills.
Yeah, nice work from him to the now. The odds and ends, not a
maintain things like the fault line set up for Defo.
Spectre for Redgar, full util. Everyone else has rifles. On X10 space, we have 1 Spectre, 1 Bulldog. And again, the same setup. Fox is alone on north side of the map. That is so awkward, man.
Just being the backbone right now of Gambit.
And Sushi didn't use a single piece of utility, man. What is the plan here? I'm missing something. Why is Sushi not using a single piece of utility at the beginning of the round? This is not the first time.
A couple of these moments and really quelling that early aggression. And Foxy.
The only thing I can, the only reason what I can think of here is that he wants to put the turret to control side on attack. His job is in this case not to control flanks, but to control the actual push and have an additional like control of someone peeking.
What?
And post plant. That's about it. I don't know.
The flash couldn't have been better. The follow-up does not happen though.
Breach is just supporting here, like Redgar supporting his players, but still 3 versus 3. Although X10 is low on HP, but this is not a good outcome for now. It's good. Now it's okay.
Find Sushi boys. It's gonna be on Scary now, and he's got so much to get through. That jump in the corners. He knows he's pinned.
In terms of the fun effect, he just as soon as they feel that was actually.
No. Defo's right back to business. What? Main speak. Oh, Defo's right back to business.
What?
That was through the wall. He has a Vandal. How is this through the wall? We would need like high FPS in this. Let's see. Okay, this is kind of through a wall. It's very lucky that he actually hits this anyway. Like his crosser was not even on the opponent. And it is through a wall, as you can see. So this is kind of pure luck. But it's also unlucky that it goes through the wall.
Right back to business. What? He got the tink. He thought he'd done it.
Valorant? Well, Valorant. You have the same shit in CS:GO.
Another bite of the cherry and Gambit. What is going on in this round? What is happening right now?
Like the bullets have to go somewhere.
Now Foxy, he's got to hold on to.
Just blind luck.
Redgar will be able to escape, but the res comes through, nullifying that kill that X10 did find.
Like I know you guys are memeing, but in this case, this is how the game should work. Like you should not have this guy have the, like I would be actually more upset if he gets the crosser on the head and he gets a hit, because then it's like, okay, well, almost no variance, right? But he has his crosser off the target and he hits. Well, that's just luck. And that's how it works. Because the bullets are not going where the crosser is, because he has a spread and random error.
Wow. Got everything thrown into this round.
It's going to be 12 otherwise. It's got to be now, or it might just be never. Scary going to try and clear a little bit of safety for himself, give himself a bit of area to play in monks.
Rodger punching the wall.
I'm looking at that zip wire. This actually could be insane if this works out.
No
Foxy,
way.
what have you got up your sleeve? Is that a rifle down as well? That
No, he cannot pick it up. There's no way he can pick it up. Nice, nice, nice. But it's a little bit too late.
Can he do what he needs to? That's one down. He can clear, he can confirm. He knows where these players are. Brilliant information now relayed. The gap going to close in and time being bought here. They have nothing in this one. Scary is there. Shadows. Wait, what is going on? He needs to get the diffuser down as he does.
Very well played by X10.
Another round. That flank by Foxy's was fantastic.
Beautiful stuff, but everything thrown into that round will make it very difficult. Again, only one survives coming out of that, and we know already with the one Spectre purchase there, potential to see a knock-on effect there in terms of the finances, but again, Gambit play that around the res perfectly. They can be aggressive here. You know, the potential that they can find a player or two on the extremity.
Knock-on wise, because it's taking the money away from Gambit now. And right to the pocket of Scary, and that's now, I think, a rifle down if it can be recovered. Sushi Boys just praying for timing, praying for it to be right. He only gets one. Quick trade for Nats, though. And now the advantage in numbers.
So, Gambit just plays also the 3-2 crunch on the bottom of the map.
Knock-on wise, because it's taking the money away from Gambit now. Swings and roundabouts between these two. He wants to post this, and it might be the right destination.
I feel like if teams have no Viper, they're kind of inclined to play this way. You know? That's how I feel.
And that's now, I think, a rifle down if it can be recovered. Sushi Boys just praying for timing, praying for it to be right. He only gets one. Quick trade for Nats, though. And now the advantage in numbers at least sits with Gambit. 2 rifles now on the deck as well. Foxy, oh no way! He couldn't even turn around in time. Redgar gets the freest kill of his life. And now Patty and Cruz put in a bad spot here. Can they make anything out of this one?
But again, overcommitment by X10. Look, it's an eco. You don't have to be so pushy. You don't have to be so pushy. This is like every round, someone in X10 is making the same mistake. Every round.
Shados, man, deletes Patty. Wow, that's just Cruz left.
And I don't think he's loving this one. Absolutely not. All that utility being poured in. So many obstacles in the way. Do what
he needs to get half. Oh wow, he didn't. He won.
Good for Cruz. He's giving himself some time. The flag! Oh my word, Cruz! It's game back on.
You guys remember what I?
Just maybe there's still some life in it. The time.
You guys remember what I said about Cruz? He might not have the flashes, skills, and shit, but he is the most impactful player on this team.
I mean, these aren't comfortable.
You had all the utility. Look at this work coming at that. Oh, there it is. That's the calmness. There it is. That's the composure right there.
Again, actually, yeah, looking a little, I don't want to say frustrated, but almost wanting to close this out.
They do look
a couple of rounds ago, right? There's would have been the expectation with that first half. So here again, X10. There's so many bodies behind us. Only Sushi Boys elsewhere. And Gambit this time playing a little deeper, respecting this almost. Fox is ready to enable Patty.
There's already 4 players on B-man from Gambit. Dude, this is so chaotic. Fox is dead. From Shadows. He's just standing outside of him. What the hell?
Yeah, this is looking like 12 is now beckoning. Scary.
A little bit awkward. Too many smokes, I guess. It's just too many smokes. And they play again. So, I feel like because of the way they play the smokes, they cannot really use the flashes to its full extent. And players and Gambit just kind of exposes that. Like they play in their own smokes, they play in the opponent's smokes to avoid being flashed, and they just peek after that.
Yeah, they have now. Those shots are going to confirm it. 25 seconds. Like he's got some area on the
There was no chance that this one round would have been won, so I just skip it.
Pots and pans, as Sean would say.
Defo again playing like super aggro on arcade? Oh, I don't like that. If he goes for that, I'm like, what the fuck?
Don't do much cooking, so.
Let's see.
Back in we go.
Oh, he just jumped down.
Gambit do now have map points
what?
in the pocket. Now they just need to get across the line. Defo, can he keep that composure that has resonated so well with him? Look at everything being poured in this man, and he still stands.
What the? That is just so stupid, man. that is just so stupid, man. He has no support. He's in a position where he cannot do shit, right? Look, there's gonna be no support. There's a player in tower, like that's Shadows, that wants to support him because he's already committed to this, and then suddenly there are opponents here, but he's gonna be smoked off. So Defo is alone here. Defo is alone, and how is he not dead here? I don't get it. I think it's the help from Redgar, because he stunned it as well. Yeah, the Redgar that just bailed out Defo. Redgar literally bailed out Defo because of the flashes here. Look, stun and flash, and this gives the ability for Defo to get those kills. But that's about it. Like, I think this is a really bad play, and it's only blind luck that Winston then this. Defo should have been dead long before even that utility from Redgar happens. So this is really I don't really like this version of Gambit.
I feel like I can't say it yet until the final man falls. It's down to Scary again. A 1v4 presented and only a Spectre by the side. And sadly, it looks like it's done for. He gets put to the grave, and 13-7 for Gambit.